All right. We back again with another one. Northwest and Chill. I'm your host and creator, Big Easy. That's your boy, your co-host.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Lou Man's here. Come back with another episode. Starting off with the last episode, I believe we
No,
were
I think it might
counting
be 2 episodes ago now
two
because I think we
episodes ago.
forgot it.
There's
We
been some
forgot about
crazy
it,
shit going on, guys. So
but
thanks for bearing with
regardless,
us. Thanks for bearing with us through these crazy times.
for sure. Yeah, man,
Fun though.
we in the beginning stages here, so and just believe any feedback anybody wants to throw at us, throw me, Twitter, Facebook, or fucking Instagram, hit me, man. Big Easy K, Doug Big Easy K on Instagram. Hit it up. Let me know what you want us, something that we haven't been touching on that you want us to touch on. You feel like you want more information about something we're talking about, hit us up, man. Definitely. Definitely listen to the people that are listening to the show. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to see you guys' input and hear what you guys got to say about it.
We'll give a
But
shout out to some of our people listening all over. Like I said, we got some people listening in France,
we got
Mexico.
that's a faithful listener. Whoever's in France
Yeah,
listening, they
whoever's in
listen to
France.
every single episode.
And shout out to my buddy Shake in Germany, man.
Yes.
My buddy helicopter pilot over there stationed in Germany right now. He's probably helping us out with some of those international listeners.
Oh,
but
yeah, I know he's got
shout
some
out to you, my
views.
man. We're right off the heels of Father's Day. Late happy Father's Day to all you dudes out there doing the right thing.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, on the hill, like I said, we got people listening from France, Germany, Philippines.
Yeah, that was a weird one, the Philippines.
Yeah, it was weird. But whoever's in France, they listen to every single episode. So I want to give a special shout out to that. Whoever's in France, thanks for rocking with your boys. We definitely here to keep this show moving weekly. So, but we want to get started with this, our comedy champion of shows. We had this bracket we started. So we want to go back to it. So
Wrap this motherfucker up.
here's the ones that made it to the next round. It was Fresh Prince, Key and Peele, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Martin, Sunny in Philadelphia, Chappelle's Show.
And we brought back The Office as our 8th dark horse.
That's what it was. I put that up on social media, and it got voted in too. So
we got The Office in there, guys. So now we're going to run a bracket. And out of these 8 comedy shows that are tried and true gold classics, that, like you can't, how can you beat these 8 right here? Like I said, if you had something to throw in, you should have threw it in the input before. So we're going to take these 8 right here, bracket them up, and see who's the comedy champion.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing one.
8 of them, man. There was 8 right there.
Was it? Okay.
I believe it was Martin, Chappelle Show, Key and Peele, Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? Or is that still in there? Oh, no, you named them off.
Curb is still in there. All right, well, let's just run it down. So, first matchup, Fresh Prince, Key and Peele.
Okay. The hard part about this one for me, Fresh Prince has so much of a dynamic to that plot.
Bro, I'm telling you, Fresh Prince has a special place in my heart because it was one of those first sitcoms to me that I could relate to in a way because, Will being a little more outlandish.
Yeah. Will was cool, man.
He had if you will,
he didn't do his own walk through it, beat his own drum,
Yeah, he was cool, but it was funny. It was, hilarious, but it was still on another level. You got to see these successful Black people, judges and lawyers, going to high profile schools, and so you're getting all these elements of, still great funny comedy show, but you also get to see like Black people in powerful positions and smart, intelligent, not
as
just
somebody growing up as like, hey, I grew up, I was raised by my grandmother, my aunts, my mother. I didn't really have a father figure like that, so I gravitated towards the people who were on TV, the wrestlers I watched, the people I thought were cool in movies, and I looked down at my skin. Every other person on the TV, every other leading man was white growing up. That's how it was, man. And then I seen somebody like Will Smith. He was somebody that transcended in our generation and culture, where I could see a man of color just like myself taking that number 1 lead role, and it's kind of healthy to see, especially with the new generation. Dudes like Michael B. Jordan and dudes like that, that are coming up, that are doing roles like that. I'm glad to see.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan gets a bad rap sometimes. People don't think he's a great actor.
Oh, I think he's phenomenal.
I think he's solid. I don't think he's like Denzel, but the dude he's solid. He gets some solid performances in.
But
he's
like
on the side
Will,
of that,
paved the way for the dudes like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying on top of that, the things he's doing like for the community, like he was out
Mhm.
there marching,
Oh yeah,
people like that. I mean, Dame Lillard. I mean, just to name a few other black people out
yeah.
there doing some
What
marching and
about
stuff.
J.R. Smith? You seen J.R. Smith catch a dude who was breaking
Oh,
windows?
J.R. Smith, we can have a show on J.R. Smith and his
Someone said
antics.
June. What is it? I think it was like June 11th or something. June 11th is now National J.R. Smith Day.
Oh my gosh.
Well, anyway, let's get back to what we are
So
saying. These
anyway,
comedy topics.
here's a difficult part. Fresh Prince, so iconic,
Oh,
so memorable. It's one of those shows that I can go back and watch and just get some great feelings of like joy and just adoration. But then Key and Peele came in and slid into a slot that I needed because what was it? Chappelle Show kind of went away, and I was needing that sketch comedy that they used to bring. It was great. They had some great poignant comedy things going on. Some of the sketches they from were iconic to this day. Was the one the first episode I said bitch, hilarious. I love that episode. But like I said, they kind of filled that slot that I was missing when the Chappelle Show left. So that's what Key and Peele did for me on that. But that's what makes it real difficult. But
me
I'm gonna have
for
to take.
well,
Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking like you said, perfect. How Chappelle Show, how it slid in. It was the lacking of that.
Yeah,
There's always been sketch comedy shows, guys. There's been Mad
yeah.
TV. There's been
SNL's been around
SNL.
forever.
But here's the thing: they're white driven, white driven, white top, starring role people. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan's been on that show for thousands of years. They give him what big movie did he ever do? Good Burger and was it Fat Albert?
Yeah,
But they're keeping him at the level. But then there's been a hole in the ethnic sketch
there you
comedy.
go.
Ethnic
Yeah.
sketch comedy, man. I even like
Mm-hmm.
Nick Kroll, his Jewy take on funny things like that. They even
Nick
slid in
Kroll.
and gave it a funny take on Kroll show. Like, so
Yeah,
for
Kroll
me, Key
shows
and
are.
Peele, Key and Peele, I want to let you guys know on this one. Key and Peele, I think for me takes Fresh Prince because how awesome and dynamic Fresh Prince is. Key and Peele's 100% comedy. Fresh Prince has
True.
parts where I can cry. I remember Uncle
True.
Phil, Uncle Phil and Will going heart to heart. That should
Oh
make me
yeah,
cry.
that. Remember when the one with when Will got shot and
Oh,
Carlton came with the heat? He's
The
like,
first one
"Give
with
me,
the heat.
bruh,
What
give me the
about
gun.
what
Give
about
me
when
the gun."
What about when Carlton? Remember Will gave Carlton pills and Carlton overdosed.
Oh,
Carlton didn't snitch on Will. Nothing.
bro, that's what I'm talking about. These iconic scenes, these iconic memories that
Carlton was
this
the
had.
real one, man.
Oh yeah, Carlton definitely was a real one. But like I said, because of that, I have to give it the nod to Fresh Prince because it gave me comedy, but it also gave me heart. It gave me feeling. It gave me joy. I mean, emotions that you go back and watch. You'll get Key and Peele. They're funny. Don't get me wrong. That's what they brought. That's
Well,
what they
but
always
this
do.
is a comedy. This is a comedy challenge. This isn't
You
as
got a
awesome
point.
as it was. I
Okay.
wasn't laughing. I
Okay.
was crying.
Okay.
That taught me a lesson
It kind
that's
of gave you
sticking into
more
my
than
life
just that.
these days.
It was more than a comedy show.
It was
And
one of these shows.
that's
That's my only take. It was funny. Remember when they throw the dummy and Will would be flying a car, Jazz would be flying out
oh
with a
yeah.
dummy.
It brought the laughs. Trust me.
No, I'm not. There was no shortage of laughs, but just Key and Peele was nonstop. It was just laughs. Remember when she was making the
Yeah,
hat?
I still because I think Fresh Prince holds up better than Key and Peele.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be watching Fresh Prince a lot longer. I'd be watching Key and Peele, and I'm definitely gonna keep laughing. And
Oh yeah.
it's something that's gonna teach me a lesson I took away.
Oh, we might have lost him there. But anyway, but no, I get the point he's making there. Like Fresh Prince, one of those shows that will live on forever. Key and Peele, they'll have sketches. They're still funny. They'll still be funny.
Something else afterwards, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Fresh Prince.
All right, man. Well, I'm curious to see what Fresh Prince will, because there's some heavy hitters in the next
There
little
is.
segment.
There
So
is.
let's throw it
Okay.
in there because I'm curious what it's gonna do. Because I actually really love that show. So let's keep it going.
All right.
What's our next matchup, my man? Drop it on me.
Next matchup: Martin versus Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I'm going with Martin on that one, man. Curb Your Enthusiasm had a bunch of good cameos like Davey Smooth, and then there's Wanda Sykes, and there's just funny people on Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's jam packed studded, but I don't know, man. Like we talked about before, Martin was so good,
It
dude.
was so funny, but I think for me in this one, Curb. Okay, here we get the good points on both of these shows. So Martin was pure comic genius in this show. He was the show. He was the
What
one that
was
was
it?
making you
Writer, owner,
laugh.
player, owner, coach, Jackie
Yeah.
Moon.
He was not, if the scenes without Martin were going to be less funny
Yeah.
because of that.
The supporting role wasn't as strong
No,
as
no, it
like I
wasn't that they
started.
weren't as strong. I think Martin was just so much above them
It
because he was
was hard for
so
other people to
funny.
be around him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was so funny. But then you take a show like Curb, where the show itself is funny.
Oh
Like
God.
Larry David, yeah, he's funny, but the things, the situations they put him in, like with the episode with the pants, the fabric erection. I
Oh
mean,
God.
that whole scenario is just
Or like
hilarious.
how remember what's his name? Goldstein's wife, or is it Goldstein's wife? Just fuck you, Larry. Like I see what you're saying. It just doesn't have to be Larry David. You'll be
Yeah,
cracking.
it's the show. The show is
Yes. Okay, I
so
see what you're saying. I
funny.
see what you're saying.
Like it's not a knock to Martin because Martin is
No,
hilarious, but
but I'm seeing Martin was so strong on screen by himself that
it's like you literally could just be watching Martin do stand
Martin,
ups.
yeah. I
It was
watch his
that
stand up.
funny.
You know what I mean?
Larry David, the show was just like everybody was contributing to that comedy and
Well,
every little thing that happened, like the looks or the takes or the turn and the wait, everything
it
had something.
attributes to his like directing comedy genius, but it also pays props to his acting. I thought he was funny in that.
Oh,
It's
bro,
very,
it's hilarious. Fucking hilarious, dude.
oh
So
man,
I'm leaning Curb.
Curb, let's go Curb, man. I love that show,
All
man.
right.
Let's go.
Which one do we have next here? Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, versus the Chappelle Show.
Ooh,
Now this matchup right here hurts me because I love both of these
it's
shows.
like having to kill one of your kids, right? What leg do you like better, right? One of the cutting off.
Bro.
I think for me personally, as strong as Always Sunny in Philadelphia is, there's things I still quote. I'm a games, bitch. There's shit that I quote still from Chappelle Show. This one for me, this is my winner. I think this is probably my overall winner in there, maybe. So I'm going Chappelle Show 100%.
It's funny because I have these coming in as my 1-2. Sunny at 1 and
Doesn't that
Chappelle at
suck
2.
when the best two don't meet in the finals?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hate that happens. Like someone gets eliminated too early.
Literally,
like,
I could do
this should be the final right here. Yeah.
I could do another one of just sketch comedy shows, and Chappelle, I'm sure, would win outright without even making that
Easily.
list.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia is great, though, man. It's so
they
good.
just got renewed for a 15th season.
From their pilot episode where they're using the camcorder to like.
I watched that.
Yeah.
And like,
Rickety Crickets.
So tough.
Like, it's so good, man. But
and a lot of people are gonna be happy with this decision I'm gonna make right here. But I'm gonna tell you my two things about this show. First of all, like you said, Chappelle Show. It's one of those shows that you're still quoting today.
And I still would watch it. I still like
slap like the game.
5 fingers in the face, yeah.
Yeah, game blouses. I mean, the different things that are on there. The racial draft.
That makes me happy just hearing.
Remember the racial draft?
Oh my god! The
Tiger
time
Woods?
haters, the player hater balls, player hater awards. I gotta go pour some water and so beautiful for mama's dish.
Yeah, Buck Nash's mama dish.
Yeah, Buck Nash's mama's dish.
So, but Sunny in Philadelphia is another one of those shows that on that cast, that ensemble, those four, they bring what is such a simple concept, almost in a Seinfeldian Curb Your Enthusiasm way. It's basically a simple concept: four people running a bar, and they just have these crazy bouncing
debacles and random things.
Yeah, because their personalities bounce off. I mean,
everybody's a little bit different. Yeah, Charlie
eating cat food and shit.
Dennis and shit.
And Dennis thinks he's this crazy, hot dude who's getting
God. He's like the god, Adonis god, but he's
Mac is fighting homosexual feelings that he's having like this whole time. I mean, Mac goes on a journey from like a small dude to a fat dude to a buff dude, like
to a gay guy.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, though. Let's check about this. Chappelle Show only had 2 seasons. It's fighting somebody who has 15 seasons deep.
And that's the only thing that I can put against the Chappelle Show is it only had 2 seasons.
Well, I think that attributes to how great it is. Because just for that many episodes, what if there was more?
It's not even. It's hard to make this call, and I want to say Chappelle show, and I want to say Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh,
I
this
want
is
to
the
pick
hard
both of
part,
these
like you
shows.
said. These are probably two of my favorite shows. I hate that you put them head to head, like you're saying, because these are my two favorite shows, probably on the list. So I'm gonna have to go for Chappelle, Rose. I'm gonna have to kill one of my kids and say, "Yo, Mac, Dennis,
Well,
look at the ground, dog. I'm pulling the trigger."
this is one we're gonna have to take to the streets. So you're gonna go Chappelle. I'm gonna go Sunny Philadelphia. We're gonna put the poll up, and we're gonna see what the tiebreaker is. We're gonna let the audience and let people on the internet world decide. So look for that on my Instagram, Twitter. He'll throw it up.
I would say I'm gonna
Snapchat
run
or
it right
something.
now. I'm gonna run the poll right now.
Yeah, run a poll.
Maybe we'll have it by the time
tally the votes.
By the time it's over.
So we'll see. What's next? Office. What was the last show that we had? It was.
You had the 8 written down, right?
Yeah. Oh, was it Community? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Community. There we go. Office and the Community. Love both of these shows. Community. I didn't watch it till later on.
Community's awesome. Yeah.
Great show. I was missing out.
I've always been a Chevy Chase fan, man. He's kind of wacky. I've heard he's a hard guy to work with. I heard he's like a fucking super diva.
I've been hearing that.
Douchebag.
I've been hearing that about a couple of people.
Hey, I'm not a director. I'm not a gaffer. I'm not doing anything.
Hey, I'm a consumer of content. So
yes,
I think it takes you to
hilarious.
Get the content to me.
Yeah. If he has to be a dickhead to you guys for a week, just to get some good shit.
What happens, bro? It happens. But in this one, I'm actually going to give it to Office because Office is another show. It has a very strong lead. Well, Michael, but also the supporting cast was very strong.
Here's
strong.
The thing too,
Jim.
Having a show with a plethora of characters with rich, funny ass,
that
it just brings it up tenfold because you have Aziz from what was that? What was the show that we had to kill earlier?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, which I was hoping that we'd have Office and Parks in there. At least one of them are still kicking because they have such a similar dynamic.
Yeah.
When you have a show with so many good supporting characters, it's just going to be amazing.
Those kind of shows I love because you can have an episode that can center around one character easily.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, what was when Arrested Development took to Netflix, they went straight to Netflix and they had I think every episode was about one was about Michael, one was about Job, one was about fucking Portia. Oh my God, Job! That character right there is probably one of my favorite. There was a scene where he was trying to hurl a letter into the ocean. And
yeah,
throwing it. It was like living at the window. Will Arnett is so good, dude. Will Arnett's he's a stud, man. He's
isn't that Amy Poehler's ex-husband?
I don't know if they're still going out, but I thought they were. I thought they were married.
No, they're divorced. She dates Nick Kroll now.
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah, she dates Nick Kroll.
That seems kind of good for them, man. That seems kind of accurate.
I like Will Arnett, but I can see it. Nick Kroll, he's a little for me. But anyway, I digress. Office, I'm going to pick The Office.
Fucking with them hot chips, baby boy. If you
know,
famous Dave's. Let me do a shout out here. If you use promo code Uncle Louie, you can save 20%
$0.
$0. That's so funny, guys.
Probably get a +10.
You guys hear all these podcasts with all these shout outs, with all these sponsorships, guys. Like I said, we're just starting this, so we don't really have any sponsorship yet. So if you guys want to sponsor our show, hey, we'll do a good promo. Hey, I'm like the Brown Billy Days, maybe I can sell whatever.
Yeah, give us a promo. It's not you got a solid product, and I'll back you. I got a couple people I'm trying to get to talk to. I got a author and a creator.
Really try. I don't want to sell nothing that we're not even really trying and using ourselves.
Not just that. I want to promote people too. Like I want to promote the creator of Super Saint. I want to get him on here. Let's promote his stuff.
Yeah, it's a good buddy of mine. Grew up with him. I'll give him a little shout out right now. My buddy Derek, man. Derek Palmer, good dude.
I sent a message the other day through good old fashioned Facebook. So
we talked about this before. We want to bring on local talent and local entrepreneurs and local business owners and local people to, you know what, because it's going to show what we're doing in the area, and it's going to show what's hot, what people like, and we're going to get a fresh take from the people on that shit.
Yeah, and I want to, especially people out here, there's a outlet or a voice or a channel that you can get your product or your information or whatever you're trying to do out there. I want to, be the part of that process.
Portland, Rip City, is one of the most sought out destinations. Like, people travel here on vacations, and I've talked to numerous people out rubbing elbows at a bar, like, oh, we flew in we're in an Airbnb. I'm like, you vacation here in Portland?
Yeah. That's crazy to me that people come here to vacation. That's insane.
Blows my mind.
But I get it. I mean, we do got a lot of things here that people don't have. We got, from beach to camping to, breweries to nightlife to, we got
from Portland, man, we could drive an hour and go to the mountain and snowboarding. And then we could drive an hour and go to the fucking beach and go surfing. So,
or we can freaking drive a couple hours, go to Seattle and hit the wharf and get some fresh seafood at some restaurants. There's so many different options to do.
Pacific Northwest is a hotbed for amazing, fun shit, guys, and we're giving the fresh perspective. So keep your ears out. Keep your ears out.
We're gonna clear this category out. What you pick, an office or community?
I'm picking office over community.
All right, so office moves on. Those are our winners.
Wait, so that was our three. We had
Fresh Prince won.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb won. That's right.
Curb, Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show and Office.
Office.
Those are our four. We had 8. Now we're down to 4.
So
out of those 4, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do them like this. So what did I say? Chappelle? No.
Well, no, you were on the fence for Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Chappelle. So
no, I took Chappelle. But I took Chappelle.
Okay, so then Always Sunny in Philadelphia is out.
Oh no, which one was we gonna put up for the poll?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Chappelle.
Okay.
And you just chose Chappelle.
Yeah, so I'm just going Chappelle.
We're going with Chappelle.
So Chappelle.
Doesn't that suck that Always Sunny's eliminated already then? Shouldn't that still be in there?
Curb, Fresh Prince, and Office. Okay, so those are our 4. So we can whittle it down to a champ right now.
Yeah, let's do that, and then let's do that right now so we can wrap this motherfucker up.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm
just going to – this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you out of these – this is what we're going to do. We're going to do our bottom show first, and then the next one, and then that way –
yeah, and then we'll kind of champion. Oh, I like that.
So my 4 out of this, my number 4 is going to – ooh, that's hard. Fresh Prince, Office, Curb, and Chappelle Show.
I'd say Office would probably come in number 4 for me, as hard as that says. But Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'd see Office coming in at 4.
So that's my list. Office is at 4.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince is at 3. Curb at 2. Chappelle at 1.
I see that. I would almost mix.
It's tough.
I would almost throw Curb and Fresh Prince.
I know that was
2
tough.
and 3.
That was tough. That was tough right there.
I like we were rolling. I'll roll the dice with that, man. I think we should crown it down, man. To the ultimate champion. Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Best comedy show out there ever. We're gonna run this poll, guys. The top 4 we had there, and we're gonna do that. This is the poll we're gonna run to see what you guys actually think, because we think it's Chappelle Show here on fucking Northwestern Show. So we want to hear what you guys think.
All right. So
move on a little bit. Move along. What else you got?
Got this. So real quick, talking about some local talent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to pop up this.
Run it.
We had this youth march.
Oh, the youth-led march.
Yeah, the youth protest.
Here in North Portland.
So it's the Columbia Park right there.
St. John's neighborhood, actually.
So it was. Yeah, so I saw this from one of my friends.
Right there on Lombard. That's awesome.
Right
That's
there
Lombard and Woolsey.
Yeah. So this is it right here. So
June 17th, 2020.
This was last week. I wish I would have known about it before our show. We would have.
That's awesome. I guess it was led by a young man named Aiden. He's 10 years old.
10 years old.
Pretty chill.
It was a family-friendly kind of protest march. It was a short walk, but to the from Trenton and Woolsey up to Columbia Park and back.
It's not a far walk at all, but here. there's power in numbers, guys, and it doesn't matter if we're walking a foot or walking a mile. When
Yeah,
there's a wave of people like that that all have a purpose
yeah.
and
Talk
matter and a
to
voice, it gets
mhm.
bigger.
Talked to a friend, Jennifer Hall. She said they had about, they said close to 1,000 people out there.
Amazing.
I'm flashing pictures right now. I know you guys can't see them, but some of the families. This is uh, friends and family
People
I
in
know are
masks.
here. Yeah, they all wore masks. I mean, they did their social distancing best they could. Obviously,
We
they were
got
out
some
there
masks. I
doing
got
the
some
right
masks
thing,
in
and
the.
really wanted to shout them out for this protest, and especially in my own neighborhood, Columbia Park.
Yeah, I actually grew up a block from that's my old stomping grounds, Columbia Park.
Yeah,
Me, my buddy Jake, and Tony. We grew up playing there. Johnny, like that was part of my life growing up there, so
oh
it's
yeah,
pretty
that
cool.
pool. I mean, we went to that. I was at that place a lot. I did
Yeah, I
barbecues
actually learned to
there.
swim there.
So many barbecues I've had at that place.
Well, see, I love this when it shows there's a positive impact being made in the community that we grew up in. It's showing that people here want to take a stand and want to fight, and that's
Yeah.
happening all over the world. So,
Hmm.
as
Oh yeah,
proud as
and
you
the
want to
thing
be,
is,
at least you have your community stand up for something, you
my
know?
favorite part about the whole thing, it was a youth-led march. So this
Yeah.
is the kids, this is the youth, this is the ones that are. I'm not going to be here much longer. Well, I
No.
won't sound like I'm dying tomorrow, but they're the ones taking
Hey,
over. They're the ones that we need to influence to be ready for this change, because we can only take it so far, because we're not going to be here. You're included. Our
yeah.
children's children ones going to be benefiting. So to see the little ones doing this really, gives me hope for the future that
These
it's
are the
going to be
type of
brighter.
things that restore faith in humanity, especially like you said, it was youth led. It shows that there's as many dumb people out there. There's just that many compassionate, smart, amazing people out there. And if you start them young,
Yep.
keep watering that tree. It's going to grow bigger, man. You want that
Exactly.
knowledge to keep writing. I'm loving it, man. Especially right here in hometown, man.
Oh, it's great,
Beautiful,
because I mean,
beautiful.
you think about it, back when Martin Luther King was marching, and they
Mm.
were getting the fire hoses and the beatings,
Oh, and dogs. No, they're
and
getting attacked by
dogs.
German shepherds and shit.
And then, he heard stories from his parents about slavery and this. And now you would think that he would think this kind of stuff would be over, even though he's passed now. But think about it, it's 2020, and we're just 1968 or whatever it was. And that was going on. This is 2020, and we're still finding people getting murdered on the street. There's a few stories. I'm not going to go in detail because I
Well,
haven't
look
researched
at what
them.
you're saying. 2020 now, we're still finding people murdered on the street. There's been people being hung still.
Yeah, that's what
And
I was
I
going
want
to
to
talk about.
perfectly segue right into this. We're covering sports all over the place now, guys. We like basketball, we like football. We don't watch NASCAR on this channel, guys. Just gonna let you guys know that.
Just
But
not my thing.
what's going on in the
Nothing against
NASCAR
it.
right now, it has to be talked about because it's kind of ridiculous. Bleeding
Yeah,
imperfect. Bubba
yeah,
Wallace, he had a noose hanging in his locker room the other night at
yeah. If you
Talladega
guys don't
Speed.
know Bubba Wallace is the lone black driver on the NASCAR
The
circuit.
only one.
Only one.
He is actually driving the Black Lives Matter car right now. It's
Yeah, he
actually
got
pretty
his car
cool.
repainted with the Black Lives Matter, with the black and the white hand holding on the car. Um, it was a great thing. I mean, NASCAR banned earlier I think it was last week, they
All
banned
Confederate
Confederate
flags.
flags, right? And if you don't know about NASCAR is a huge Southern sport. So there's a huge Southern influence. Confederate flags were just there all the time. So for
Well,
them banning them there, that was a huge impact. And a lot of people didn't like it.
majority of their demographic and their fan base is a Caucasian fan base, which
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
their demographic, but to have a black driver there and to have something as disgusting as a noose being
Mm-hmm.
hanging in his locker room, and it's 2020, guys,
It's
and it's only happening
2020.
because they're banning Confederate
Yeah.
flags. Somebody paid money out of their own pocket to fly a biplane over the top of Talladega Speedways saying, what was it?
It was defund
Defund NASCAR.
with the Confederate
Oh my
flag.
God. Just because of
And
oh,
here's the thing. I did
it's so
some research.
ridiculous.
I did some research on this flag,
Yeah.
right? The flag that they're flying right now was not flying before the Civil War.
No.
Wasn't flying after. It was flying after. This flag was created during the Jim
It
Crow era.
was a tiny little that tiny little flag was cornered on a big white flag. And then the white flag was associated with surrender, so they put a red bar at the end of it.
The flag that was flown during the Civil War is not the flag they're using now.
Not at all.
That flag was created during Jim Crow, during civil rights, to antagonize black people, about
Well,
how
it
they're being
started with the
positioned treated.
stars and bars. It was the circle, stars,
Yeah,
and then
but
the
that
called
at least
stars and
that
bars.
flag was made back during the
Yeah.
war. This
hmm
flag that they're flying was made
Isn't has
after.
no
It
war.
clearly
Yes.
was made
hmm
after the war. So people talk about this heritage they have in the flag. That flag's heritage that flag was created to terrorize people during the civil rights movement,
Well, here it's
putting statues
2020.
up of slave
I was
owners.
driving down the highway today, I-5 south, right past, I think it was exit 11, Battleground,
Battleground
Washington.
exit. Yep.
There was that big, there was the actual flag, the Jim Crow flag, and there was an American flag, and there was another, the one with the white, the surrendered
hmm
flag. There was all three of those flags hanging, flying, like a proud in all three.
Yeah,
Somebody must have erected those poles and put them there. I don't know if it's their private proproperty, but that's
probably.
right on the highway. And it was
Yeah,
in this day and age to be driving by
it's
that,
crazy.
somebody put that
Yeah.
up proudly.
Like I said, that
And
flag was not a
I
Civil
don't know.
War battle flag. If it
No.
was a single battalion flag. As they've already proven. You can go look it up. Google is a great tool. Go
Well,
look
it
it up.
just shows the lack of knowledge from somebody on the other side who really wants to support something they
Well,
really don't have no
they're holding
actual
on to
substance in.
something they were told was part of their heritage, but
Well,
they're trying to deny the part of their heritage.
it's like indoctrinating somebody when they don't. I'm not saying they don't know better. It's 2020. You know about it, but when you're a kid, you're told like religion. You don't know anything about this, but oh, Jesus Christ, this. You hear all these things about this and that, but you don't have a choice about it. You were just told like hot is cold,
Yeah,
cold is hot. So you're running with it and you believe in it because all the people around you believe in it.
yeah.
People get caught up in their hype all the day. I get that, but if you're pretending not to fucking educate yourself and being negligent on that, now you're just being part of the problem.
Yeah, and
Realistically.
that's the thing. So, like I said, it's easy to look up and find out what the things about these flags. This it's not a secret.
Well, no,
There
the
was
knowledge is out there now.
there was a story, and I'm gonna touch on it real quick because I have another story. But it's a story of a guy. It was a newscaster, and he was out there talking to a guy. He had to find his flag, and there was a couple black guys out there. And he's just like, blah, white pride, or whatever the hell he's saying. I'm not saying
Yeah,
white
some
pride,
ridiculous shit.
something
Yeah.
ridiculous. And the guy's like, black guys asked him real calm. He's like, why are you flying that flag? And he's like, because it's my heritage. He's like, my family fought, to keep their farm and they had a farm during this time. He's like, black guy asked him, he's like, who was working? He said, who was working that farm? He's like, well, my family. Check it out. He said, my family worked that farm. They were poor. You know how much it cost to buy a slave back then? I couldn't actually believe that was his response to the black guy who asked him who was working the farm.
Well,
He thought it would be better to tell him that they were too poor to afford a slave. That was his. He thought it was.
that was his comeback. And well, here's the thing: that shows how ignorant and stupid somebody is because that was his most intelligent response of that to try to clean up his own racism.
Yeah, you know how
He's
much it used to cost? You know how much it used to cost back then? We couldn't afford that. Come on.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Your hard work? My family didn't have that. We were poor. When we were poor.
You're fighting over a flag that was flown by other people who could afford slaves. So you're supporting them as well. So like his logic doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's funny, like someone is like, "Oh, these people are Nazis." No, it's like it's neo-Nazis. Nobody's Nazis from Nazi Germany walking around now. These are people that are called white supremacists, and these people are some of the most disgusting people walking this area. These are the people who are protected by the cops. Yeah, which is kind of fucked up.
So here, check this out. So there's this. I was on Facebook, and here's a quick before I get into the story. Here's a quick thing. If you don't want people to comment on your posts on social media, don't post on social media.
Don't post on social media. That's a pretty good one. And you know what? If you don't like what somebody's posting, you can hit delete. And if you don't like what we're posting, you don't have to listen or follow.
But don't be mad when somebody comments on your post.
No.
So
I'll put that shit out there. It's free speech, man.
There's a lady, she posted something. So I think it's a friend of a friend of a friend or something that's on my book. So they're posted something basically on the long lines of white people don't owe black people for slavery. Now, I'm like,
bad conversation. For just the jump, I don't want to interject on this one, but like for you to even have an opinion, an argument in that makes you seem like a racist fucking moron.
Well, yeah, they were basically saying Black Lives Matters.
What's your argument here? Explain it. What's their argument? It's going to get worse.
Black Lives Matters is trying to make white people feel like they owe black people for slavery. So I had to interject. I was like,
I don't see it said that anywhere. Maybe that's your own personal feeling.
Like, now, if there's an individual who's saying this, maybe there's a couple outliers, that is not what the Black Lives Matter movement stands for. Okay, Black Lives Matter is basically saying that, hey, Black lives, like Michael Chase said, matter, just matter, not matter more than white lives, but matter at least as much as white lives. So they were trying to basically say, like, I put it like this: nobody, I'll speak for myself. I don't believe
No.
any white person now needs to apologize for slavery. I don't believe that any of them are slave
None of
owners.
these people own slaves or were
No,
old enough or around to own
no,
slaves.
exactly. Regardless, even if they're racist or not, I don't believe they owe me a apology because they're not. They weren't the ones doing it. Okay.
Them being
With that
racist in
said,
this time and day is a different. That's what you could be
yeah,
irritated with.
what I do need from white people is them to be understanding and listening and empathetic to what is actually going on and to how systematic racism has affected Black people in this country.
Well,
Now, I'm not saying you need to sit
that's
here
for
and be,
everybody though. That's for everybody to understand.
yeah,
I think you should, as a human being, you should be educated. But then there's an
yeah.
argument because
Being
if you
apologetic is not what I
feel
want.
some type of way because of what happened in the past, and you might have these racial tinges on you already, it's just gonna be bad. It's just you better get your shit straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I would put my little thoughts on there, like, hey, this is not what this is about. I'm not looking for that, you know. And then somebody else commented something about, well, she made another comment that sounded even worse,
Oh
you
man,
know. I'm not even
it's
gonna
like
quote
when
what it
you're
said,
digging
but
a hole. It's like digging a hole of sand. It just gets
so
worse.
I responded back. I was like, I hope this is some kind of joke because it's not funny. You sound a little bit like a white supremacist, right? So somebody else jumped on. You say she's white supremacist? You don't know her at all. I was like, no, no, no.
White
I said
supremacist.
what she said sounded very much like a white supremacist. Well, she's not. I said very well. She probably is not. But they had
That
this whole thing
comment.
about she's not. You don't know her at all. I was like,
Check this out. This is somebody that's defending her that feels some type of way for how they feel. And
exactly.
like you said, what did we start this conversation with in that? If should you feel some type of way for owning slaves if you're a white
Exactly.
person? No, that shit happened
That's
out of your hands. But
they're
if you're going to
missing
continue
the
to be like
point.
that today, then you're going to be part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing the point big time.
Missing the point. So the conversation goes on. They post something on the slide about a Black lady who basically said she didn't like the Black Lives Matter movement, and then people
Not everybody
attacked,
has to. Everybody
and
has to like.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like
saying. And then people were nasty to her, mean to her, and I'm like, well, that's just, you should show this. It's like, oh, so you
fucked
believe
up, but
because a few people over here did this to her, that's what the Black
the whole
Lives
movement's
Matter
about.
movement's about.
Well,
Okay.
then that goes
Well, the
back to the
organization,
stupidest things like
like
that.
I told him, Black Lives Matter is not an organization, even if there is one that is Black Lives Matter.
The
Black
movement.
Lives Matter is a movement for equality for
It's an
people.
equality movement where everybody get what
That's
they're
what it's
saying.
about. Well, on top of police brutality, which falls into that equality category.
Oh yeah.
So don't think just because there's somebody who thinks this certain way who says Black Lives Matter, that's what Black Lives Matters is. That's just like me saying, hey, there's a white lady over here who says she hates Black people, but I'm not telling all white ladies that think that they all, hate Black people.
Yeah,
This
that's what I'm
is,
saying. It was just like saying one all cops are bad cops. Or
yeah, well,
say
nobody's
like if you
saying that.
got robbed by a Mexican person, or would you be a fear in all Mexican people and be wary of
Exactly.
them? That's what
Yeah,
you shouldn't do
yeah.
that.
I got diarrhea
Everybody's
when I
different.
ate at a
You
restaurant.
can't
Does
keep
all
that
restaurants
same
give me diarrhea? No.
no. Yeah. What are you gonna stop eating Thai food just because you got diarrhea from
That's
one
what
of
I'm
them?
saying. Like, so people take things and they think single outliers, even though they've proven a lot of these rioters and looters were never even a part of these
They're not with
protests.
Antifa.
They prove
They're not even anything. A lot of these
very,
people, like I said, there's a lot of homeless people downtown that are just walking along,
they're
breaking
being
windows and shit.
opportunistic because you know what? I'm
Opportunistic during
homeless. I've been
something.
homeless for years. I'm hungry. I could probably get a little food out of this. I could do a little something out of it. Somebody gave me some money to break this window. Okay, you know, it is what it is on that. But it ended up being that another person commented, and he had been to war. He'd seen other things, and so we kind of
He
started
was
off
kind
with the
of
wrong
dark. You
foot.
could tell he had some dark
Yeah, we started off
past.
not
Fuck.
agreeing at first, but then we found common ground
Yeah. Oh yeah.
in our whole conversation. And at the end of it, I was like, you know what? This is why I have these kind of conversations. This is why I comment on things like this, because it's not to attack people. It's not to put them down. It's to have difficult conversations, because that's the only way we're going to get on the other side
Well,
of this.
yeah.
Difficult
We
conversations have
gotta
to
make
happen.
somebody face
Yeah,
their reality and try to find a better.
exactly. If
Like
I'm proven
everybody has their
wrong,
own
I'm
opinions
not,
on this shit.
yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to have my opinion changed.
No, fuck no. That's why you have these healthy conversations with somebody to hopefully elevate it.
Yeah, it's like
Everybody has their own
these.
opinions on this stuff. I heard a long
Mhm,
time ago people saying, "Oh, before the Black Lives Matter thing got is before it's been around for a few years now because
mhm,
it's shit hasn't changed. It's just getting worse.
yeah,
Okay, it's just getting worse. So people
mhm,
now, everyone around the world starting to take notice.
yeah,
But
world.
before, even like when they say all lives matter, when someone says that, you can't be as vague because hey, I believe all humanity lives matter. I
Yeah,
believe everybody in this humanity, we're all in this together, man.
mhm,
It is what it is.
yeah.
At the end
It's
of the day, we're all
who
humans.
said it best?
So,
Michael Che
but
said it
it's like
best.
that's not the movement this is.
Yeah,
People are getting
exactly.
away from what this is about.
Missing
So
the
all
point.
lives do matter, yes, but that's not what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
But it's just like somebody. There's a couple of scenarios I heard. One said, "Hey, we're gonna go put this house on fire. It's out of this. I mean, this house is on fire. We're gonna put
Yeah,
a
I've
fire
seen
out."
those.
And,
Do all
he's
houses
like, "Well,
matter?
my
Mhm.
house. That. So it's
Yeah,
like,
what about my house? All houses matter, but your house
yeah,
isn't on
your
fire.
house isn't burning right now.
So this is if you're, and that's when people start feeling some type of way because they're not
They
correctly.
feel because the conversation is not
When
about them that they're
you
left
walk
out.
into a store, do you get followed? Do you get looked at because of your race?
Yeah,
Probably not. So when they talk about these things that don't affect you, you're not going to relate with it. So
yeah.
you're
You
going to
think
push
it's
it
like,
off as
well, you must have
what
been
is
doing
this?
something.
What's that? You know what I mean? So that there's a lot of ignorant people on the side of just being ignorant and not understanding what's going on and
Hmm.
being prideful as their own race, which they should be. If you're white, you should be proud to be white. If you're black, you should be proud to be black. We're humans.
Hmm.
We're above that. But if you're using it in a hateful sort of way and using
Exactly.
it in leeching onto some subculture
Hmm.
like we're talking about and just marching and breaking windows just to try to get
Hmm.
part of a movement, and that's we're not for that shit. You know what I mean?
No. And the
Not at
thing
all.
is, being proud of your being white, black, Latin, whatever. But
How
the
you,
better
you
part
should
is we
you
should
should
all
feel
be
proud.
able to be proud to be American.
Hmm.
And at this point right now,
People
a
aren't.
lot of us should not be.
Sadly,
Look
no.
at I
It's
mean,
been going like this for a
and
long
I'm
time.
not like I said, this is not an individual thing. This is not white people thing. This is a country thing. Like, yes, white people have
We're
done a
all
lot
together,
of
man.
bad shit to black people in this country. But another thing that's going on is we're not getting the history taught in schools. There's a lot of people who are learning about Juneteenth right now. People thought the slaves were released in '63 when they actually weren't. Most of them weren't released till '65. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of black inventors and things like the stoplight and things like that you
Peanut
never
butter
hear
and jelly
about.
sandwich, my man.
People don't hear about a lot of these things because it's just part of black history. So history
I
books should
always
just,
love cool progressive shit. Like you remember Nickelodeon, right? The Nickelodeon
mhm,
channel.
yeah,
For Black History Month, always growing up, they always did cool random facts like that, like stoplight thing, like or
yeah,
all those things that always show. So Nickelodeon things like that were always progressive to let
yeah.
you know that.
And
Hey,
that's the real history.
I hated having to learn about this too. Like, hey, I grew up playing baseball. There was the Negro Leagues. I learned about integration at a young age
Hmm.
because I was a baseball fan. I
Hmm.
read autobiographies of Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig's. I learned about
Yeah,
ALS at a young age. I learned a lot about these things just from being interested in sports and
yeah,
being
yeah,
a
yeah.
sports
Because
nut.
you were into the sport,
I
so
was into it.
yeah,
So the autobiographies and stuff I would read led me to find my way down, dabbling into old boy. And the more you learn about people with those types of similarities, is just I don't know. It's
yeah.
crazy.
And that's
It's
the thing.
crazy.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize there's a lot more similarities and differences because we've been here pretty much just as long as you guys have been here, white people, that is. And for us to not be like school, for one example, school history should not be separated from history and then Black history. It should just
Or
be
Christopher
history.
Columbus discovered America. Shit like that
Come on.
shouldn't be taught in schools anymore. And
No, like
it just
things we're teaching things that shouldn't be taught and not teaching things
should
that
be
should be
abolished
taught.
really fucking quick. Well, here's the thing: it keeps the people who are on top of it, or to and puts the people. It's called equality. It's
Hmm.
if there was equality, things would be taught on a similar scale. Like
Yeah.
it's not,
And
and
that's
we're
and
learning about
that's what the
random
movement's about.
ridiculous shit that we don't need to learn about.
That's what it's about. We're trying to get everything on an equality level. We're not trying to get above. We're not trying to,
And we'll
take over.
and
We're
it's
just
whoever
trying to
possesses the fucked up part
matter.
is whoever possesses the power in the situation. And usually the cops possess ultimate power with their
Oh
excessive
yeah,
force and their
cops are out of
handguns.
control.
And
Cops are out of control, 100%. Like I can't, I can't tell you how many videos I've seen. I've seen some good cop videos, seen some bad cop videos. I've seen one. Here, check this video. Okay, real quick. So I was watching this today. I think it happened last week.
yeah,
Cop gets a call. Kid suicidal.
Oh
His sister
shit!
calls. He's like,
Don't bring a cop, dummy.
he's not trying to hurt anybody, but he's think he's gonna try to hurt
He's
himself.
feeling some type of way.
Cop,
You don't
this
know how
is
to handle him. Yeah.
check this out. No, I was surprised. So the cop gets there. He has former military training from the I think the Marines for 4 years. He gets there, sees the guy sitting down with his head down. Guy's holding a gun, pointed down at the ground. Right? Doesn't shoot him. First off, we're doing great. He didn't shoot him already. So I'm thinking like, okay.
All right.
So the kid's sitting there and he's holding him.
Somebody's still alive with a gun?
Yeah. So
what was his race? I don't want to interject. What was his race?
I believe he was Hispanic.
Hispanic. Oh, the cop already has his hand on his pistol.
He's got the gun pointed down the ground. So he's just talking to the kid, trying to calm him, get him calmed down. Yeah. And then two other cops pull up on the scene. And the kid stands up and puts the gun up. They done. He's done. Back of the head. Gun's unloaded. They find out. There's no bullets in the gun. Right.
Oh, it's unloaded.
The gun was unloaded.
Well, but here, as a cop, you don't know that. And
yeah, but no, check it out. The other cop was already analyzing the situation. He had been there. They didn't even give him a chance to talk to him about what was going on. The kid, he obviously was distraught. He wasn't trying to actively rush the kid, the first cop who got there. He was talking to him. They pull up instantly. It's like not even freeze, nothing. He doesn't. I mean, the thing about it is, the kid, obviously probably moved the wrong way, put the gun. I don't know. I'm not going to say he threatened him or nothing like that or didn't threaten him. But I'm saying is the first cop was there for a while by himself with this kid, did not get threatened.
Negotiation type tactics.
Didn't get threatened, didn't kill
something.
him.
Yeah.
And what happens is, the long story short, they end up firing the cop who didn't shoot the kid. Said that he endangered
That's always
cops.
The fucked up.
Said he endangered fellow cops.
Let me give you a good point on this. If you're an officer, you're trained with high tactics, especially with a firearm, your proficiency should be really fucking high. You shouldn't have to fatally wound somebody like this and kill them every time. Shouldn't you be able to shoot them in the knee and take them down, shoot the gun out their hand? They're just shooting at random, just unloading a clip.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to unload a full clip on somebody,
and they're usually point blank range.
Where's your tactical training that we pay for? It shows that they don't have mental evaluation skills to actually work. Some of them do, like ex-military guy.
Well, yeah, he literally was sitting there talking to this kid, de-escalating the situation.
Which is rare.
Probably could have saved this kid's life, got him some help that he actually needed.
What happened next?
Yeah, two other cops pull up and fucking murder this guy. And the gun's unloaded.
It didn't even a whole show on cop brutality. I think that could be a whole segment of ours.
Yeah, they didn't even give the kid the other cop a chance to explain what the situation was going on. Like he could have probably de-escalated it before they got riled up. But no, it is what it is. But the second part is him getting fired because they said he put their lives in danger.
If he's gonna get fired, just because he didn't kill him first?
Yes.
Could he have murdered that guy already before the other cops
They said that he should have already had this guy down.
He should have taken care of it.
Yes. They fired him, saying he put other cops in danger.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? So we got a good cop. This is why cops are all almost
here, guys.
Because once you find a good one, they get fucking taken out.
Because there's two bad ones.
Yeah, and then what happens to the good one?
It's a good old boys club, and it's ran by they're just trying to keep it out like that. And here, let's lighten it up here. You know what? This is all the bad cop fucking anguish.
You know what? That was the story about that. So
it's starting to piss me off with this. Know why? They just canceled cops after so many years just because cops are getting a bad rap. I fucking love cops, man. That shit's straight pissing me off, dude. I'm pissed, man.
It was hilarious, but you're right. So I don't know. I can go down this tangent for days.
Yeah, we could go on for. That's why I said we need to have another show on cop brutality because that's another show.
Have some news. I don't know. You're on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Mixer, the built-in streaming app on Mixer.
Yeah.
They're shutting it down.
Why?
Apparently. So, it's not a full shutdown. I had to go read the article.
They're probably going to make you pay for a new service.
No. Even better than that. They're going to merge with Facebook Gaming.
So I can broadcast my gaming on Facebook Live?
That's what it's looking like it's going to happen in the future. They're working on it right now. I guess Is
it like a Twitch competition?
Basically, that's what it is. That's how you think you take the mixer and you add in that Facebook gaming. You got a competitor for Twitch now. Now you got a viable competitor because they're going to help everybody, all those mixer guys, transition to Facebook gaming.
I broadcasted on Mixer before, but does it broadcast? I just started a broadcast, like, but does it go for everybody, or
Yeah.
do I have to invite somebody to my
No, you
broadcast?
can go on. Just people can just see you playing. I
Do they
broadcast.
have to be following me, or how does this work? Because I broadcast sometimes just because we
Well,
all
it's just like
broadcast.
Twitch. It's just like Twitch. You know, you want to be broadcast a game, people can search the game and see somebody playing it. If you get partner status, then they'll highlight you and put you up on the screen, and that people will find you easier. You know, big gamers like Shroud has come over to Mixer, Ninjas come over to Mixer.
Hey, I
Um,
want to get on. Let's get on some Mixer later.
so yeah, that's enough. We're gonna
Well,
blend that
Mixer or
right into
Street the
this. So
Range
look
tonight.
out for the Northwest Gaming coming. Northwest and Chill Gaming. I got some other guys who big PUBG players. Shout him out, boy DD, his brother Sneak. You
Oh,
know,
hey, those are some
brothers.
homies of mine, man. I didn't know they're
Yeah,
playing
no,
there in Undergrounds. I
they be
see.
on that PUBG. So we're gonna
PUBG is
get
pretty
them on
cool,
this.
man. Like I'm saying, when I transferred over to the Xbox, PUBG was what all the homies are playing. Like,
Yeah, PUBG's all right. I play Apex now mostly, but Apex is
my homie Dirt Weasel, man. He's I'll give shout out to Dirt Weasel. I was saying I'd like to get him on the show one day. Actually has a gaming channel. I think it's called Dirt Weasel Gaming, perhaps.
oh yeah, definitely
And
get him
Dirt
on.
Weasel Gaming, he is. I've seen some of his shit, man. He's actually pretty slick. So I'm actually maybe try to get him in with us
Nice.
because
Yeah, I like that idea.
he'd be pretty good because he's
But
actually yeah, he's on his way doing some good shit.
so look out for that. We're gonna start. We're gonna do a game tonight. We're probably not gonna stream it, but we're gonna do some game just to get
Fuck
set
it,
up.
let's
So
stream it on Mixer, man. Why not?
all right, hey,
Fuck it.
hey, you guys won't find out that we did this until later because this is not live, and streaming will be live. But we're gonna go online, go on Snap, announce
Tripping,
some.
man. I'm gonna let everybody know on Facebook we're going
There you
live
go,
tonight.
going live on Mixer. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much the show, and just to end the show on something not, you
I
know,
like the games, man. I'm pumped on talking about games. Usually talk about a lot of heavy
yeah,
stuff, man. Like I said, there's something that's good for me
new
is
consoles
new
coming
stuff
out.
coming out, dude.
I can't wait. Next week, or is it? I think it's the week after. Xbox is going to have their big reveal show about price and games and stuff. So we're
Skate
definitely going to have.
4.
We're going to
Skate
definitely
4.
have
I'm
talking about that
I'm shitting my jocks
for
for Skate 4, my
sure.
friend. I've been shitting my jocks for Skate 4. I'm still playing Skate 3. I got the hard copy. It's a remastered version of an Xbox 360 classic. There's been
Skate
3
3.
installments this game. This
You
game
know, you
hasn't
heard
been out
about Tony
in
Hawk getting
years.
remastered, right?
That's when they had to drop Skate 4. But they're also dropping Skater XL. If you guys haven't played that, it's been on Steam for a while. It's in beta
Oh,
testing.
that's what it was. So one last Portland
Yeah.
Northwest related story. Trevor Ariza.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
the Portland Trailblazers forward Trevor Ariza.
Used to play for the Lakers.
Yeah, great journeyman, great player. I mean, really love the guy. He's not gonna be playing when the NBA restarts. I believe it's the end of July. Um, he's been in a custody battle with his ex for a while. He's just been receiving, or he's about to receive 1 month of vacation time with his son, and it falls right in line with the season restarting. He's opted to be with his son versus playing, which I can't blame him for. I would, my camera just almost fell. I couldn't blame him for that. I'd probably do the same thing. I'm
Hey,
sure the
family
whole Blazer,
first, man.
I'm sure
He
the whole
ain't hurting
Blazer
for money.
team, yeah,
He ain't hurting.
I'm sure the whole Blazer team and staff and everybody got his back. I didn't fully read the article. I just kind of read the highlights. But his 12-year-old son, I mean, those are some precious ages. So I can't knock him for that. More power to him,
No.
and I'm sure we will back him up 100%. We're getting
And,
Zach Collins and Nurkic back, so we got
like
two
you
big
said,
men coming back. We'll be okay.
journeyman. You said he's a journeyman.
I
It's
call
not
him
like we're going to be missing him.
no.
It's not that
Trevor
he's
Ariza
that
solid defender.
Oh, no. He's solid. But with Collins coming back and Nurkic, we're not going to be
It's
missing
not like we're about to lose Dame Lil for the
Oh, no. You said that. I'm like, oh, we're not going to be missing this man. Ariza.
Love
We'll be
Trevor.
all right. We'll be all right.
But
Rip City. Right there, motherfucker.
I know there's a lot of things that we've been planning to go this month, and we haven't been able to get to a lot of them just due to time. But we're both, I'm a stay-at-home father. I do tons and tons of stuff. I do some actual work as well. We both have children, wives. So doing all that stuff, it leaves us a little bit of time to create content. So I know some of the things we promised to come out haven't come yet, don't worry, we are still working and pushing hard to get those
Hey,
things to
man,
you.
I didn't have time yesterday. I got time today, man.
So we're
I
gonna
got time
definitely be
today.
pushing out as much as content as we possibly can in all genres, from gaming to MMA to this Black Lives Matter movement to sports to everything in between, and everything that you guys want to talk about, highlighting these local businesses, entrepreneurs, all that stuff. I want to get all that encompassed in here. It's a slow grind, and I want to take
I think
off
it's
too
going along
much.
pretty good, man. We got a lot of
Hey,
shit going
slow
on pretty
grind,
good,
ups
man.
and downs.
When we get
I'm
our
here for the
page,
long
it'll be
haul.
more interactive, man. That's what I'm saying. Like with the gaming page and our other platforms, it'll
Yeah,
be more
I've
interactive
been
because without
trying to
having
create a
live
Facebook
shows, it
page. It's
doesn't
been
work
so
all the
hard.
time. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
we need to go
But
live more.
yeah, no, my phone is so bad. I can't. My camera doesn't. Front facing camera is the only one that works. So it's just, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's the show, man. So you guys, hope you guys enjoy the new one. We got another one coming out next week, of course. Stay tuned. Check us out on Instagram. Check me out, Big Easy K, or the Big Easy K on Instagram, Big Easy
A
K on
gaming
Twitter.
page coming soon, motherfuckers.
Northwest and Chill Gaming coming soon. Get ready for that. Other than that, you guys have a good one. Hope you guys had a great Father's Day. I didn't want to mention too much about Father's Day.
Yeah, I don't want to get too boring on Father's
Yeah,
Day like
but
that. Like,
it's past. Support everybody out here doing the good fight. And if you ever want to come on the show, got something to talk about, hit us up.
yeah, man, and we'll get some
Hit
of these
us
people
up.
we talked about on the show. Like we talked about, like my buddy, he's a Black Hawk fucking helicopter pilot out in Germany, man. He's got some amazing stories to tell. One of our local artists, the comic book artist Derek, man.
Yes.
We're gonna get some of these guys on here, and we're gonna be talking to you guys. I got a buddy coming on, do some betting odds. We're doing some fun stuff, guys. So just stay in tune, and we'll be having some fun.
Stay there, guys. We'll be getting some stuff going. So, as it, another episode out. All right, Northwest and Chill.
Holla, man.
Out.